Hello, friends. Happy Thursday and Happy New Year. Welcome in. So glad you have stopped by my channel today. My name is Jana and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and an avid stamper. So what does that mean? It means I do all sorts of stamping and I don't limit myself to only Stampin' Up! Products even though I sell them. But today that is the focus, is Stampin' Up!, okay? So I have got a really fun card to share with you today. I'm so excited, and let's just get to it, shall we? I have all my little parts and pieces here, and we are going to start with this piece. And the first thing I'm going to show you is this embossing folder. And this is called the So Swirly embossing folder. And Leah, if you are watching, thank you so much. Leah happened to have got 2 of these by accident, and so guess what? I inherited one of them, and I'm just really thankful to have it. And it's perfect for my card today. So I've got a piece of Pool Party cardstock cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and I am just going to pop it in here in no particular order really, and I'm just going to run it through my machine, so stay tuned. I will be right back. Okay, so here we go with that. And here's how it looks. All right. So let me grab some yucky looking scratch paper here. I'm just trying to decide which side I want to use. I think we're going to go with this side. Okay, I'm going to grab, remember I said this is Pool Party, this color of cardstock. I'm going to grab my Pool Party ink, and I'm just going to lay my ink pad on there. I'm not going to push down, at least not at this point, okay? And I'm going to slide it across that paper to pick up some of that raised embossed image. So I'm just carefully sliding it. I'm not putting any pressure to push down on it because I really only mostly want to get the top raised edge, not down into the debossed part of it. But when you're doing this, if you can see that some areas are just not getting the ink, then you can go ahead and apply a little pressure to get more ink in those spots. Okay, so I'm really pretty satisfied with how that looks, so I think maybe just a little bit more right here. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. So I just am trying to kind of create a little bit of a swirly, oceany water look there. And now that that's done, I can set that aside and let it dry. I've got 3 squares here that I have cut out of white paper. And so we're going to do a little stamping. I'm Just looking at my stamping block, which looks like it needs to be cleaned. Okay, let me grab the stamp set. Friendly Seagulls. I love this stamp set, you guys. And guess what? This is in the upcoming celebrations. Let me just show you the new mini catalog, which I can't show you any of the inside of yet. And the celebration folder starts on January 7th. So when you spend, they've upped the amount a little bit this time, but when you spend $60, it doesn't have to be out of the mini catalog, but this won't go into effect until January 7th. But it can be out of the mini catalog or whatever you want to purchase online or whatever from my store. When you purchase $60 worth of product, then you can pick a free item out of the celebration, and there's lots of good free items in there this time, and this is one of them. So I just love this because, you know, I live at the beach, at the ocean, at the coast, and we have seagulls everywhere all the time. So when I saw this set, it was like, that was a no-brainer. I had to have it. It's so cute. All right, so let's stamp some seagulls. Oopsie. All right, so I'm going to use my black Memento, and I need my foam mat here because we are stamping with photopolymer stamps today, and they don't have a cushion. So when you are stamping with your clear stamps that don't have a cushion, like a wood block, let me just grab this, like a wood block, see, has a cushion in there. So there's something to, when you press down to stamp, it gives that little give in there. Well, when you stamp with clear stamps, you don't have that. So you just need to have a little bit of cushion on the underneath side. So that's what this is for, and these are available in my online shop. I will have that information posted in the description box below once my live video here is over. So if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and want to shop for products, that's where you can shop if you'd like to. All right, so let's get this guy inked up. And I want to stamp right in the middle because I am going to be using a die to cut these guys out. Okay, so I just like to hold it there for a few seconds to allow the paper to absorb the ink. So there we have one seagull. Let me get this cleaned off. I'm just using a little bit of Stampin' Mist here, which smells lovely actually. Kind of like baby powder. And I need to pull these things out, which you can do, and clean them because they're starting to really get inky. And I just like to take them to my sink and run hot water on them to clean them up. Okay, oh, what did I do? I just re-inked the one that I just cleaned. I don't want to stamp that guy again. Sorry about that. Okay, now then, let's get the stamp set back in here and get a different seagull. We'll get this guy. He's got something to say. Yeah, he's being a squawk box, this one is. His mouth is wide open and he's like, I want some of whatever you got there. Who threw you something out to eat? I want some of it. Usually with the seagulls, they don't wait around for somebody to share. They're in there stealing whatever it is they want. Somebody where in the apartments where my sister lives feeds this one seagull because every time I go over there, he's sitting on one of the cars waiting for his food. And this guy here, he is so cute. Somebody has thrown out some French fries, which aren't the best thing for them to eat, and definitely bread isn't. But that's what it is, and he's got some French fries in his mouth. I have been guilty of giving them French fries. And we used to feed the birds bread until we found out that that's not a good thing for them, so we quit doing that. Seagulls are kind of garbage birds. They eat whatever they can find and whatever people give them. All right, so let's take a look at this set. You've got the 3 birds. You've got some fun words here, a package of French fries, some fish, shells, and some pebbles down there that you could use for sand or crumbs, bird food crumbs. And you've got a flock of seagulls up there. So it is just a super fun set. All right, let's do some coloring. We'll start with this guy. So for the feet, I've got light, pretty, and pink. And I think I will just do all of their feet at the same time since I've got this one open. There we go. And then for their beaks, I've got Light Mango Melody. This color isn't available anymore, but you might have it in your stash. I just thought it was a good beak color here. I don't get rid of things just because Stampin' Up! Retires them. All right, so there's all of their beaks colored up. Now let's do some coloring of their feathers. So this stripe is interesting to me because seagulls don't, the ones here anyway, don't have stripes on their wings like that, but that's okay. We are going to just color them up. So I'm using light and dark smoky slate here to color my seagulls. And I have several seagull pictures in my phone, so I knew they didn't have a stripe, but I looked at the pictures and I thought, okay, let's just go with how I think these particular seagulls should look. They do have darker, most of the ones here. There are variations in their colors. Some of them have like a lot of brown in them, but most of them are white and gray. And they have a lot of the darker gray in their wing feathers, while the rest of their bodies are pretty much mostly white. Okay, so I think I'm done with that. And then we are just going to kind of outline this a little bit. Now these will get lighter as they dry. Okay, so here in this part of its wing, I'm just going to do a little bit of some flicking to fill in the feathers there for the darker feathers. And I'm going to kind of do the same thing here with a little bit longer of a flicking. And then I didn't go around that inside part on the other one, but I'll go back and do that. This guy is so squawky. They are all, each one are so cute with their funny little personalities. Okay, I'm gonna come back in here and go around the inside of this one. Then let's just get this guy done. I'm sure the squawky one is saying to this one here, I want some of those fries. Okay, so let's just there we go. All right, now let's color those fries. What have I got for that? I've got SU 800. And then I have SU 600 that I'm just going to kind of do the ends of the French fries there and a little bit in between. There we go. So we got those guys ready to go. I think they're so cute. All right, so to cut them out, I'm going to use the Spotlight on Nature dies. You get a whole bunch of circle dies in these sets. There you see. And some have this fun kind of looks like a paper plate around the outside of the edge, and this one's more like of an eyelet. This one's got the longer like stitch and French knot design, and then this is the one that we're going to use that has that kind of paper plate look. And these are all the same, they're just in all these different sizes. So let me bring my little mini machine in here. I really love this thing. It's just so handy to have here on my desk for when I'm doing smaller die cuts. Even though my other bigger machine is sitting over here, I don't have to roll my chair back and forth. I just have it right here, and it's just handy that way. Okay, so let me get that on there where I want it. The one thing that you do want to keep in mind when you use the mini machine is to offset the plates a little bit. When you've got your sandwich all kind of, well, I'll show you what I mean. If you have your sandwich all lined up like this, it's not going to want to go through the machine. You want to offset your top plate just a little bit at least from the bottom plate, and then give it a little shove, and then it goes through. Okay, so there is what that looks like die cut. And we'll just get these other two done here. And I have mine offset way more than just a little bit. Now my paper has come unstuck from my glass mat. Okay, I probably shouldn't have this sitting on the paper because it just wants to move when I go to, let me just move it off to the side here. There we go. And there we go. So there's that guy. And then one more. I do like to also flip my plates around. I turn them over, I flip them back and forth so that when I'm running them through my machine each time they're a little bit different. I think it just helps to keep them from warping. All right. Get my paper situated back again. Okay, so there's the seagulls. Bring my parts and pieces back in here. We can start putting this together. Okay, so I've got a card base made out of what color did I use here? This is Coastal Cabana, and it is just the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch size card. And then I cut another layer here. I'll measure it for you because this one is just going to peek out a little bit from behind the one that we embossed. So this one is 5 and 1, 2, 3/8 by 4 1/8. So that's going to go there, but I'm going to attach this one to that one. And then we'll get it on the card front. So I'm just going to line it up here until I see that it looks fairly even around. That looks pretty decent. Okay, so it's just got that yellow peeking out, and then, yeah, I think I will make it go that way on my card. Make sure I've got my card with the fold at the top. There we go. Okay, so that's ready. Let me bring my block back in here and we'll get the inside stamped. I'm going to use the I Love You More Than French fries for the inside. So I'm just going to drop that down there, and where's French fries? Right here. That kind of doesn't look very straight. And I think what I'm going to do is set that down and then decide how I want it. There we go. Okay. Bring my black back in. I love you more than French fries. Then I'm going to grab that little container of French fries. Oh, and I put my black ink away, which I didn't need to do. cute. Okay. All right, so I am going to bring back my French fry colors, and then I grabbed SU 200. There's a little hamburger on the front of that. Anyway, that's what it looks like to me on the front of this package of French fries. So I'm just going to color the meat up there and the bun. There's that. Oh, while I have this out, I will go ahead and color the fries. Then I'm going to do the same as I did on the fries in the Seagull's mouth and just give the ends of these fries a little bit darker color. Maybe do a few lines here of shading. There we go. And then that French fry box has to be red, right? It just has to be. All right. Box, pouch, whatever it is, it's still going to be red. Mine is anyway. So I'm using my light red marker, and these are the Stampin' Up! Blends, so these are the alcohol markers. Stampin' Up! Also has regular, like, dye ink markers if you don't like to use the alcohol ones. Okay, so there is that, and that can be put on the inside here. So you could end up making this into a Valentine card if you wanted to. Okay, there's that. And then while I was at it, I should have stamped this, but that's okay. So I just have, I keep all these strips that when I cut my card layers and stuff out, I have a bag full of these strips. So they come in so handy when you just need a strip for a greeting or whatever. So we have here, hey friend. Hey friend. Are you guys getting back into the swing of things after the holidays with stamping? It took me a bit to get back in my stamp room, I have to admit. But now I am back at it. I'm going to take part in the hashtag snowmen in January. for Saturday morning makes, or just because. You don't have to do it for Saturday morning makes, but so if you happen to stamp anything with a snowman or snow lady or snow people or whatever, and you post it somewhere, just pop on the hashtag snowmen in January 25. I think that's how it is. So that when people search that, your work will pop up and everybody can see your lovely snow people cards. I actually have one snow animal stamp. It's a cat. I think it's a cat that looks like a snowman. It's a woodblock stamp I've had for a long time. Or it might be a bear. I can't remember now. I'm going to have to look at it and see. Okay, so I just flagged the end of that. Now let's get this put together. So I'm going to put the one with the French fries down here in the middle with some liquid glue. Now you could pop these up if you want to, but I'm just going to glue them down flat. Let me see if I can get this somewhat centered. And this guy's going to go up here. I don't know how you tell the difference between a girl seagull and a boy seagull. I'm going to have to check that out and see. I tend to call them all he for whatever reason. Most of the time I call them Jonathan Livingston. Some of you may understand that and some of you may not. Okay, and this one's going to go over there. We have an area here where I live called Nye Beach, and there's a turnaround that you drive down to. It goes right to the edge of the beach. And it's just a turnaround, a U-turn thing. And so down there, there's, of course, like wood posts and things. And so seagulls will come and land on those posts. There'll be one on each post sometimes all along there. And I usually always have to take a picture of them all lined up, one to a post. Okay, so there is that, and hopefully I can get this. I might have to trim it off a little bit. I'll trim it off of this side, and then hopefully I won't have to trim any off of my flagged end. That'll fit. Hey, friend. Okay. Now then, I have these really fun adhesive-backed dappled dots. And they come in 3 colors here. So I'm going to use these. They kind of look like something you might find on the beach to me. Sort of. And that finishes off our card. I just think it turned out so cute. I love those seagulls. What did I do with the lid to my thingamajig here? Well, while I'm browsing around looking for it on my desk, I'm sure it's right here in plain sight. I will put these back in their paper. Good grief. Oh, I put the lid on it already. What an idiot. Okay. So there is that. And there is that. Same, same. So cute. Are you ready for some story time? Okay. Let me move those. Okay, I am still reading out of the Good Housekeeping Golden Anniversary from May 1935, which it was 25 cents at the time. Let's see what we can find in here. Ethel Hepburn. All these fashion things. And look at what they looked like back then. Kind of like just reading the ads. They are fun. Where did they all go? All right, let's check this out. Do I get a big moth bag with every quart of flit? Question mark. Yes, Mrs. Jones, you do. And don't forget, flit destroys moths, moth eggs, and moth larvae. Okay, let's see what flit's about. Here's good news for every woman worried about her fine woolens and furs. There you have it. Flit spray kills all three forms of moth life, the moth egg, and larvae, or the little worms that chew holes. And flit is so easy to use, inexpensive, has a pleasant odor. Just spray the clothing in your closet regularly. If clothing is to be put away, spray with flit according to the directions below and hang in the roomy moth bag or pack in trunk or box. Flit spray is deadly to flies, moths, and other insects. Flit powder is the best ever developed for crawling insects and fleas on dogs. Flit does not stain. Use both powder and spray. They kill them all. The cost is small. Combination offer expiring May 15th. That would have been of 1935. The moth bag is generous sized, holds 3 full-length garments or an assortment of smaller articles. Hangs up. Complete directions printed on back of bag. Well, let's read the cartoon. Here's how to handle the moth problem. Brush each article carefully. Remove grease spots. It looks like she's working on her coat here with the fur collar. Spray everything well, especially along seams. Sprayer 2 feet from article. Use the flit moth bag for safe, sure storage. And here, for apparel in use, twice a month, spray each garment and closet. See can. So there you go, how to take care of your moth problem. Let's do one more. Let me find something interesting here. I know we read that one already. I remember it. Let's read about this. There's lots of fun in this mystery drawing book. And up here it says Adventures of Dot and Dan. Never before have you seen anything like The Adventures of Dot and Dan. When you get your copy, you'll know why it is called a mystery drawing book. You take your pencil, follow the easy instructions, and before you know it, there appears a lovely drawing in colors. There are 18 pages of them. It's lots of fun. And just wait till your friends find out that you are an artist. This book was specially produced for the Seagull Company. Excuse me. It can't be bought in the stores. Of course you want one. Here's the way to get it. How to get your mystery drawing book. You need 5 Seagull milk bottle caps. Save them from 5 bottles of milk or cream. Do you guys still get your milk delivered? Most good dairies use them because they are dependable, sanitary, and clean. The illustration will show you how to make sure they are genuine Seagull caps. Seagull caps are made only from the genuine sterilized Fulton board, a pure spruce product of guaranteed quality, manufactured exclusively in our own paper mill. It looks like it has been embossed here, and somehow it fit down or over the cap. I don't know, it almost looks like it sits inside. Put these 5 Seagull caps in an envelope with your name and address on the coupon. Add 10 cents in stamps or coin, 15 cents in Canada. To cover mailing expense, mail to the nearest Seagull office listed below, and back will come your mystery drawing book as fast as we can mail it. And then here is the coupon that you clip to send in to get your mystery drawing book. What I want to know, and I won't ever know unless somehow I find one of these in a store, in a like antique store or something, is if you just take a pencil and follow the instructions, how does it come out in color? That's what I want to know, and that must be the mystery. That must be the mystery. Ooh, here's a Coca-Cola ad. We'll finish up with this. A man likes to pause and refresh himself downtown. Of course, he'll welcome ice-cold Coca-Cola at home. There are times when nothing is so welcome as ice-cold Coca-Cola. The wholesome buoyancy in its life and sparkle makes you feel fit. Just be sure it is really ice-cold when served, pre-cooled in your refrigerator before the bottles are opened. It tastes better that way. Order a case, 24 bottles from your dealer. Hear the pause that refreshes on the air. NBC every Friday night at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Ice-cold Coca-Cola is every place else. It belongs in your icebox at home. Drink Coca-Cola, delicious and refreshing in your home. And here's the good wife bringing out the bottles of Coca-Cola on a tray to her man, who's reading the evening newspaper with little Johnny sitting on his lap. Isn't that how it looks in every home? And it's only 20 after 5, so I'm sure he just got home. So she's Johnny on the spot with her tray of refreshing Coca-Cola. Yeah. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope that you like my little seagull card. So fun to make and quick and easy. Hey, friend. I love you more than French fries. All right, you guys. I hope to be back on here with another video for Saturday morning makes, so stop back by if you have a chance. And I will see you in my next video. Take care. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.